Okay, I'm Schmitty, and we're gonna play Quiplash. Very nice names. When my capybara finally gives birth, I'm gonna name the pups after you guys. Here's round one. You'll get 2 prompts on your device. Just answer them however you want. Your responses, or quips, will be pitted against someone else's, and everyone will vote on their favorite. The more folks who choose your answer, the more points you get. Go! Time to share. Up first, the worst vehicle to drag race in. Okay, use your device to pick your favorite. Your next prompt is what the S stands for in Ulysses S. Grant. Ready, set, vote! Moving on, the worst thing a lifeguard could announce to nearby swimmers. It's voting time. Moving on, a catchphrase you'd probably hear on a sitcom called The Poop Family. Put in your votes. That's it. Let's see the scores for round one. Now Now for round 2. Double the points and bonuses, double the excitement. Almost out of time. Use the safety quit button if you have to. These better be good. Number 1 on the list. What do raccoons digging in your garbage say about you? Okay, pick your favorite and vote. Next in the hopper, you know you're staying at a dirty hotel when they offer free continental blank. Get to voting. Next up, in 25 years, people of the future will look back and think we're morons for not realizing that blank. Vote on your devices. Okay, next one. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Oh, and also blank. Okay, vote. Round 2's done. Let's see who's winning now. Round 3, the last lash. Everybody's getting the same prompt, so don't hold back. Write a quip using these word lash rules. We're ready to look. In the final round, you can give out 1 gold and 1 silver medal to your top 2 quips. Make them count. Alright, let's see where those medals went. Show me the silver. And finally, gold. Medals are nice, but points are even nicer, so... We're done. Let's see the final scores. No. Schmitty here. Welcome to Quiplash. Guys, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like we're really going to change some lives here today. This is round one. You score based on the percentage of players who like your answer. Plus, there are winners' bonuses at stake. Go! Okay, it's time for some quiplashing. Prompt number one is, what the world's most obnoxiously trendy brunch restaurant would be called. Okay, everybody pick your favorite. Up next, the worst job to have at the White House. Time to vote. Coming up next, what should be dumped on the losing coach at the end of a football game? And vote. The most pointless thing to strap a GoPro camera on. Vote now. Round 1 is behind us. Let's see how you scored. It's time for round 2, where all point values are doubled. That's right, doubled. Time for the big reveal. First one, a really crappy young adult novel would feature a teenage girl falling in love with a blank. Okay, pick your favorite quip now. Next, how a drunk rabbit would embarrass himself. Float away. And next is the worst thing to blurt out when watching a movie sex scene with your parents. Put in your votes. Next on deck, what a good Christian yells right after he's been shot in the foot. It's voting time. That's all for round 2. Light up that scoreboard. That's right, it's round 3, the last lash. Look alive because you're all getting the same prompt this time. Make up a phrase that goes with this acronym. Okay, here we go. Choose who gets a medal now. Okay, let's bring out those medals. Silver. And now the gold. Let's melt those medals down for points. That's it. Let's take a look at the final scores. Welcome to Schmitty. I'm Quiplash. I'm sorry, can we start over? No? Forget it. I want all of you to loosen up and just have fun out there. But be funny. Time for round one. The more people who vote for your answer, the better your score. Let's go. Let's start this show. First off, write a really dramatic line for a doctor to say in a TV medical drama. Okay, choose your favorite. Next on the list, the name a Starbucks barista would write on the cup for Mohandas Gandhi. Vote on your devices. Next prompt, a murder weapon that should be added to the next version of the game Clue. Time to vote. Next in line, how you know the pants you're wearing are 3 sizes too small. And vote. That's all for round 1. Here's the scoreboard. Onward to round 2. Remember, all points and bonuses are doubled. All right, let's get to it. The first prompt is a terrible name for a street drug. Okay, vote for your favorite. Moving on, the worst person who could sing the James Bond theme. Ready, set, vote! Moving on, don't throw out those used chopsticks. They can be used to blank. Vote now. Your next prompt is proposed new Olive Garden slogan. When you're here, you're blank. Get to voting. We've reached the end of round 2. Let's see what happened. And now round 3, the last lash. This time you'll all be answering the same prompt. Finish the comic. Here's what everybody wrote. Decide who gets a medal. let's see who got those medals. Here's the silver and the gold. Now we transform those medals into points. All right, that's it. Time for the final scores.
Welcome to Fakin' It. I'm Cookie, the host that's tasked to make sure we make it out of here alive. Couple quick words before we jump into the game. And yes, it's skippable if you're one of those people. During each round of play, each of you is going to be sent a task to your device. Like, raise your hand if you've ever farted. But one of you will get nothing. And that person is the faker. Everyone wants to figure out who the faker is, and the faker just wants to blend in. When you hear the go sound, you either raise your hand or not, depending on whether you've ever farted before, which you have. And the faker just has to fake it. After that, everyone votes on their device who they think the faker is. If everyone picks the correct person, the faker is caught. But here's the most important part. Fakers, if you're caught in a lie, if you raise your hand when you really should have kept it down, lie, cheat, deny, come up with whatever story you have to throw other players off the scent. Be the faker. Some of the tasks will involve raising your hand, or pointing, or maybe making a weird face. But there will always be a faker, and you'll have 3 chances to catch him. Oh, one more quick suggestion before we get going. It's important to be able to see each other, so if possible, consider sitting in a semicircle or like small lines facing each other. Whatever works best while still feeling comfortable. Let's start with Hands of Truth. It's an easy one, just like we saw a minute ago. Everyone's going to get a task that involves raising your hand. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. The task was, raise your hand if you've cried in a movie theater recently. Vote for the faker now. You can change your vote if you change your mind, by the way. The faker can only be caught if the vote is unanimous, so do your best to come to a group consensus. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending your second Hands of Truth task to your devices now. this was the task. Raise your hand if you've ever lied about who you voted for. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. You didn't find the faker, and you didn't really learn anything definitive. Last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third Hands of Truth task now. The task was, raise your hand if you often go by a nickname. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. Wow, even on the last task, you couldn't vote together to find the faker. Yeah, it's almost like you gave up. Okay, time to pick the next category. Use your device to pick which type of tasks you'll all do together. It's going to be face value. Everyone's going to get a task that involves making some kind of facial expression. Maybe a weird one. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, make the face you would make listening to Howard Stern. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. By the way, silence helps the faker, so don't forget to get everyone talking. And everyone voted for. The faker has been found. It's category picking time. Use your device to choose which type of tasks you'll all be subjected to. Never mind, we'll just do this one. Number pressure. Everyone's going to get a task that involves holding up a number of fingers, probably from 1 to 10. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task, hold up as many fingers as sports jerseys you own. Alright, vote for who you think the faker is. In case you didn't know, you get points for voting for the faker even if no one else does. You couldn't agree, you couldn't find the faker. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending out your second number pressure task to your devices now. And the task was, hold up as many fingers as the minimum number of nice shoes a grown-up man should own. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. That faker is still on the loose. This is your last chance to catch the faker. Sending out your third number pressure task now. This was the task. Hold up as many fingers as the last number in the year you were born. Vote for the faker now. All the votes went to... That is indeed the faker. Without a moment to spare. Wow. And what will our next task category be? Use your device to pick which type of tasks you'll all do together. You got a point. Everyone's going to get a task that involves pointing at another player in the game. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. task was point at the person who would struggle the most if they had to be a vegan. Vote for who you think seems like the faker. Not enough teamwork to find the faker. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending out your second You Got a Point task to your devices now. The task was, point at the person who you've told the most secrets to. Vote for who you think is probably the faker. Everyone suspects. You all caught the faker. Okay, it's time for the last round. Text you up. I've sent 3 questions to each of your devices. Type in your answers for all 3 and then hit send. Now the faker has 3 questions to answer too. They just have slightly different questions than everyone else. So good luck, faker. Let's see everyone's answers to the first text task. Something you do not do on a first date. Vote for the faker now. You couldn't quite figure out who the faker was. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Let's see your next set of answers. An instrument you can at least kinda play. Vote for who you suspect is the faker. everyone voted for... Yep, you found the faker.